everybody? What it be like? It's honestly speaking, man. We are back again. You never left. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let's get straight into it, man. How you feeling, bro? You good?
I feel pretty good, man. You know, it's Valentine's Day.
It's love day today.
You know, it's love day. Every day is love
day. It should be love day every day, man.
Every day is love day, but, you know.
But it's the world's day of love day.
It's a special love day.
Yeah, it's a set apart time for people that you love. If you're spending time with people that you love, your loved ones, you know, getting them gifts and chocolate and all that stuff. Shout out to mom and dad.
Shout out to mom and dad.
They've been married and at it for 20 years.
Their anniversary, 20 years today.
It's kind of interesting that the anniversary's on Valentine's Day. I think that's like beautiful.
They've been locked in. And you know, actually, I saw this on Facebook. I think Uncle Kurt, Auntie Kristen, anniversary.
It's today as well.
Valentine's Day, and I think they hit 19 years.
Wow!
If I saw that correctly,
right
on Facebook.
Gotcha.
So congrats
to them too, man. Yeah.
Happy
shout out to them. Yeah. You know, today really didn't have anything I feel like special to talk about though, but I know for me it's just been interesting just dealing with with work, like corporate these corporations.
Corporate America.
Yeah, these corporate American people, bro. It's very interesting, bro. Like,
yeah.
it's really been pushing me to try to just really get to a place where I just need to work for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like where I absolutely just need to get out the 9-to-5 race.
Like literally.
And not that having a 9-to-5 is just something wrong with it. It's just like, man, but these, you know, as time has gone along and me being older, I just realized like these corporations really don't care about you other than the job that you do. You know,
yeah. And that's the only connection to you.
Right.
Is how good or how bad of a job
that you do
in your day to day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, man, you know, and my realization was just kind of like, well, either I'm going to go into business for myself or I'm just going to continue to complain about it for the next 30 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm just going to complain about it every day. Now, granted, my job is cooler, but it's a lot of disadvantages at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an okay job, but
it gets the job done. But as far as
deal with people,
when I have to pay for things and make sure, you know, stuff that I need to take care of is taken care of due to the aspect of me having my job.
Yeah.
I would keep that very clear. Like I'm not being ungrateful. I'm just seeing a lot of like ill intentions and very nasty just behind the scenes works when it comes to these management and this corporate, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I have great coworkers. There's nothing wrong with my coworkers there when it comes to that. We just, you know, we do our job, but we usually have the same complaints. You know what I mean? So, and really, complaints are really not the forefront of the actual thing. It's just really hidden behind what's actually going wrong. What most corporations will never talk about. So, you know, I've been trying to do some guideline reading and go, you know, of how to get certain things done. But man, it's really just been putting me to the mindset of just like, hey man, get going on yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
in order, get your stuff together.
And so that's where I just kind of been like, that's what we got on my mind this week. And just dealing with people, man. I just been kind of drawing thin a little bit. And that's kind of weird for me because I'm usually very patient. I'm usually very patient with people, and I'm usually very understanding of people's perspective, even if they don't have a quality one. But these past few weeks, bro, I've just been wearing thin with people, man. Just been very minimal, kind of just setting boundaries with people. And I feel like that's just important for me right now in my mindset, without me driving myself crazy, you know, and just praying about, certain things. And that's what I love about God. You don't have to have it all together and all right to bring stuff to God. You could just be like, God, this is just where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? I don't
take it as you are.
Yeah, you know, and to help me, to persevere and just keep going and to get better and all these things. And then honestly, just to hear in the moment of what he's saying to me right then and there, in that situation or.
That's always tough.
It is. Because a lot of times you're kind of looking for answers, looking for this way, that way. You kind of just going. Sometimes you take it to where it's like you just end up going through the motions because it's just like, well, I'm not getting necessarily what I want. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe out of the situation or out of the thing. But I feel like it's just very important to just slow down and just be like, you know what, God, what are you saying right now, like to me? Because I might not be able to run around it because you might be like placing it there in front of me. Like, you know what I mean? I might not be able to just escape what's going on because you're allowing this to, be in my arena. So that's just where I've been at this couple weeks, bro. Like,
yeah, it's kind of been the same with me. I started to like you said, be real minimal with people, like to where I can still, come off as courteous, and I am kind at work, but
yeah,
generally you get like the people, when you're dealing with certain people, they have tones and the way they talk to you and things that they say that they think is funny, and it might not necessarily be funny, and it's kind of like, or you might not be in the mood to be joking with them,
right?
So you just kind of, oh, okay,
yeah,
how you doing?
Yeah, you have to keep it very.
It's very formal,
very cordial.
Formal and cordial.
Yeah, like
it's two of my things because I'm like, man, I'm not here to be your friend.
Yeah,
I'm here to do it, get a service done.
And as I'm getting older, it's just been like important to me to just be like around my family. I catch myself really spending a lot more time like with mom, dad, like you know what I'm saying, like just kind of really just implementing that structure of just understanding, and they really helped me with my mindset. Just because sometimes I feel like man, sometimes it might be a little bit drastic or not, but then sometimes I be like man, my mom and dad feel the same way, or my brother feels the same way, or my sisters feel the same way. Like and it's just like okay, all right.
Yeah.
Or maybe bounce some ideas off and be like, bro, absolutely. Now, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? Okay. Now I feel a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Right. Still seeking God's direction, of course, but using the people that He's placed in my life too is a lot important too. Just to figure out, I would say like the decision making, being a part of that, and being a part of like. I would say like being a part of the journey of just where I'm going, because really, if you're honest about it, personally, you don't know sometimes where you're going. You know what I mean? You don't know sometimes where you're gonna end up. So it's good to like bounce the ideas off the people that you trust and you love. And I feel like I'm just in that moment or in that season right now. There's certain things where I do keep to myself, like because it's just like. You don't really have, I would say, like it all the pieces for you to format it to other people for them to understand because you don't really understand. We were kind of talking about this like on Sunday, I think. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not letting people feel like you are mean or being intentively evil to them because you don't want to express something necessarily you don't necessarily understand yourself about you, like about what's going on with you. Because most people might kind of like make you feel like belittled or small to that degree. And minimize your process or trying to understand what's going on with you. Like, you know what I mean? So I've been kind of just cautious about that with people just being like, you know what, I don't know. So I'm not gonna express it. You know what I'm saying? The venture that I partaken on had basically came into being the travel agent. You know what I'm saying? Naya said, man, told Naya, and Naya was like, man, I didn't even know you was doing that. And I want that response more, like in my life. I want to know, like, man, when it just happens, boom, like, man, I didn't even know, bro. Like, you was that man. This is awesome. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of want that response a little bit more. So I just been kind of being strategically just silent in my attacks. Just, you know what I'm saying? When they pop up to be like, it's just like, yeah, hey, this is what's happening now. You know what I mean? Like, just to create some type of like, I would say self uplifting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just uplifting of self to be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just been great for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be as a man especially as a man and guy, like not just being so open about everything that you're doing. You know, having some like rapport, like some approach about yourself. Like, man, you're just waiting for it to tip the scale. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's just what makes me more comfortable in trying to do this thing in life, bro. Like, but it's crazy sometimes, but
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man, how things work out. Dealing with people, like you were saying, me, I can kind of relate as far as like not really caring to have so much outside contact, but more so just with my family, because that's in my relationship with God. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying. That's who I came in this world with, you know.
Yeah.
So anything else is just extracurricular
right.
that I don't necessarily really need, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Are you doing anything this Valentine's? What are you doing? You got anything planned? I know you got.
yeah, I got some stuff that I'm gonna do, you know, with the missus, shorty at, you know, at the crib. You know, whip up some food. You know what I'm saying? Do my own little chef boyard eat. You feel me? See, I put the twist on everything. I'm gonna just do my own little thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to go pay you today. I ain't doing it today. I'm not doing it today. Dude, I'm gonna go whip it up myself. That's my gift to my lady.
Do you think that Valentine's Day is a co-ed holiday, or do you think it's strictly for women?
I think it's strictly for women. 110%.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
I kind of
and I don't have an issue with that.
Got you.
At least with my woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with that. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. So when I say that, I don't say that as a slight at all to women. Like,
I kind of have, if I'm gonna be honest, I got some hate right in there a little bit, like with that. You know what I mean? Because there's no, like, what do we have as men as a holiday? Father's Day, and most gentlemen aren't fathers, so it's like,
yeah, I can't say
it's like there's not a day really that accentuates a man, which is weird to me.
I can't celebrate Father's Day.
It's very weird to me. Like, I can celebrate Father's Day, but even before I had my kid, it was just like I never. Even Father's Day though, like if you look at the list of like the most celebrated or most I would say like intuitive holidays, Father's Day is like it's like low on that list. Like
sure.
it's like
Sure, Christmas is first.
like bro, I think Halloween is before Father's Day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
people
They
rather
gonna throw on costumes.
celebrate a ghost before they celebrate.
And they on Father's Day, they gonna still find a way to demean the father. We ain't even gonna, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a lot of friends that,
those mothers that be getting Father's Day gifts for themselves because.
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. You know, some dads is not in their kids' life, but the ones that are though, like I feel like they should be appreciated a little bit more. Like just a little bit more.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of women that need to heal, and vice versa. A lot of men, but in terms of like the father and the mother thing, a lot of like I won't say a lot. So, there are certain women that you know maybe have a bad taste in their mouth about the relationship, how it ended,
Yeah.
what happened with the male, and so they use that hurt,
Yeah, like trying to
fuel another fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which they demean and you know are nasty to the father.
And you know what I feel like women do? They exploit Valentine's Day a little bit. Like they just like it's like a little exploitation that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like not that it's like. Not that it's like all women, but I think it's like certain women that would be like, well, you know, this is like the day you should go all out for me. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm pretty sure it's women that go all out for their significant other or husband or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure there's women that would do that though. But that's why I asked the question, like, is it more of a woman's holiday or a man's holiday? Like,
I definitely do think that it's more of a for women. But like I said, I've celebrated Valentine's Day with a few women.
do you get like the chocolate hearts or the bunnies or like do you?
I try to get an assortment of
different things.
You know what I'm saying? Different chocolates.
Oh, different chocolates. Okay, gotcha.
But I don't really like. You know, I don't do fruity candy. I normally
do
the
chocolate.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you do like cards, flowers?
My girl's not really a fan of cards.
Okay.
So I don't really do. It's actually funny because she's not really a fan of cards
Flowers.
or flowers.
I knew it.
Yeah, so.
I knew it.
But I still, like last year, she was still like surprised. I bought her this dope big like flower, like it was kind of like a bouquet, a teddy bear, like a bunch of different things. But it was all nice and red and just
extravagant.
Real nice and just looking. So, but I surprised her. I took her to her house when she was like at work or something. She came home and seen it, and she was like ultra surprised. So I'm still able
to maneuver in certain ways.
I'm still able to have her.
Yeah, see, that's interesting, bro.
Even with something that she's not necessarily a fan of, I'm still able to make it.
That is interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she's not really, a fan of a lot of. That's the first. A lot of women normally like flowers. You can just.
I do like surveys with that with certain women. Like, I know you like flowers. Some women that tell you like, no, I don't like flowers because they die. Why would you give me something that's going to die? And certain women that be like, I love flowers. Like if I could, I would give myself flowers every day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
like she was actually the first for me.
They didn't like flowers.
Got you. Oh, okay.
Got you. And that I feel like flowers are more of a. They're more of a like sentimental statement, like status, versus it being like something that's actually like a gift. Like you know what I'm saying? It's more like something like it's like a physical thought. I look at flowers like it's like a physical thought that comes in and say, "Hey, I was thinking about you. Here's some flowers." Like you know what I'm saying? Or like especially if you get like those different like certain type of intricate type of like white roses. You know what I mean? Like or a flower that they like. I know Mom likes tulips, I think. Yeah, tulips.
Anything orange.
Mom is like a tulip person.
Anything orange she's going for.
Yeah.
Get her an orange shirt, she's going.
Well, what would you say to people who are celebrating this holiday? Like what would you like give to them as into like to enjoy this beautiful Valentine's Day?
Honestly, for me, Valentine's Day really is just quality time. Like it's not nothing that needs to be like yeah, you can be, because I do agree with like the statement of like, oh, like, I'm not going to use one day and be like, oh, I'm going to like go all out this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something I can do frequently throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? So Valentine's Day for me is just like quality time. It's just meant to be like time spent with whoever that other person is. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even have to be. And it's a love day.
Right.
You
don't have to be like intimate relationship.
I said to the family that say, you know what I'm saying? It's not weird. What? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like it's like every Valentine's Day, like it's a day of love. I'm showing love. We show love every day, but so yeah, I just think Valentine's Day.
Right. Like with us Christians, every day is Valentine's Day.
All right.
If you're
to the people, it should just be quality time spent with the person you love.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's fair too. Like you know what I'm saying? That's fair to just be like it's a time to just set apart to be together.
Like if y'all been in a rocky spot, you and your partner been in a little tricky spot for whatever reason, and Valentine's Day, boom, all right, Valentine's Day hit. Hey,
I know there's some couples that don't celebrate Valentine's Day just so that they don't get in that mode of just saying, hey, this is just that. But like they already do so much for each other. It's just like, hey, we just gotta, you know what I'm saying? This is another day that we use to enjoy each other. You know what I mean? Like
to me, and how I feel, it's like no different than any other day. But that I want to make sure I take this time to really spend quality time with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of how I started to feel. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Let's just spend some quality time.
Yeah.
Like, I can cook a dinner.
Right.
That's not something that I
normally do.
I don't even do all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I can just cook.
That makes so
and do what I can and make it, back rub. Fellas.
Massages.
Just quality time and just take care of your lady whatever way.
Foot massage.
If she if her love language is touch, just touch her throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? If you read to her.
Give her a caressing spirit.
You know what I'm saying? Just, talk to her about something that she might not talk about. You know what I'm saying? Just time quality.
You know what would be my move is like cut on some music and dance. Like I don't think people like couples do that anymore. Like without it being in a I would say like an entertainment setting.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not. One time, Vanya asked me to dance, and I was there like, what?
Like, what are you talking
In the
about?
house, I said, we ended up getting it. It was to the Tim song. What's the song called? You don't need no other. I can't think of the name.
To whose song?
Tim's. You don't need no other.
Oh yeah.
You don't need no other.
Yeah, I got
It
you.
was to that. She was playing it. She was like cleaning up the house or something. And she just, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that people don't.
Yeah, that's I was
Something
like
different.
that would be my go-to move. Like after you cook something, you know what I'm saying? Cut some music on and just hit a little jig. You know what I'm saying? Like
Just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to do stuff like that though,
yeah,
because like I said, like if y'all been in a rough spot, whatever the case is, or just need a break from your kids and now y'all can hit that quality time and just
then just
relax.
getting out of getting out of the same routine of just like y'all always being together, like doing something when y'all are together just differently. Like you know what I mean? Like I think that would be like my go-to on Valentine's. Like just even though I spend time with someone or whatever, like I'm gonna do something different. You know what I mean? And that would make us as individuals more interesting to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
one of the most addicting things is our phones and us being like this.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Valentine's Day, hey,
It should be no phone.
my phone is in the
Yeah,
in the room.
it should be no phone.
We here.
I
You
like
know what I'm
that.
saying? We here with it.
I like
You
that.
feel me? Like where it's present quality time.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Now what I was summing up, and what it should be.
right.
It's just
It's just like
I'm
I
presently
like that.
here
I like that
with you in this moment.
present quality
And I'm
time,
gonna spend this
not just
quality
quality time, but present.
But like being,
I'm
I can
there.
be here with you,
I'm there.
but I'm not here with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me being present, you know what I'm saying? And just,
And then for all the people too that's single and stuff like that, it's people that you love and rock with, man. Y'all can have a Valentine's Day too. I'll be tired of seeing all the little posts on social media where they, single people be like, "Well, I don't know, I ain't celebrating Valentine's Day. I'm single."
y'all need to grow up.
It's just like,
I seen a lady in Safeway, and I seen her. She going all over the place buying balloons. I said, "You grabbing all the balloons, ain't you?" She said, "Yeah, I gotta get them for my daughter." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like she ain't doing that for no.
Yeah.
I want to make my daughter and my kids happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to. It's extra love.
right.
It's more quality. You know what I'm saying?
And I think again, a big point to it is like, what do you do after Valentine's Day? Like, because if you just do this on Valentine's Day and it's just like, it's like whatever. Next, you know what I'm saying? Next Valentine's Day, I got you again. Like, nah, it's just like, man, like I feel like you should keep those intricate features of being with somebody
Yeah.
alive after Valentine's Day or before Valentine's Day. Like, you know what I mean? And we have holidays where, we have a lot of holidays where people are together, and they come and join with each other, gifts and all that stuff. But I think Valentine's Day is one of those days where you can kind of like, open up and be a little vulnerable. To your, stuff that within yourself, like, hey, yeah, I normally I don't do this, but hey, man, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Normally I wouldn't say this to you, but man, I really appreciate you, or I'm gonna write down 10 things that I love about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them to you, and you ain't gotta give it back. But this is from like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it should be out. Everything should be from here,
yeah.
not the heart, but from the chest.
Not from the heart, but really from the
You know
whole
what I'm saying?
chest cavity.
From the chest muscles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of the time we as humans, I won't say a lot of the time, but there are certain times where we as humans can do something. For example, you tell somebody you love them, we act like, oh yeah, I don't say we say it to hear it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a I don't care what nobody says. When you tell somebody you love them,
You be like,
what's your expectation for them to say it right back? Especially if it's your partner.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like especially if it's
I would say the 2 top priorities would be like parents whoever you with, like you in a relationship, and maybe like children, like
And parents
kids.
for sure, because when I call my mama and she don't answer, I get upset. Like, mama, why you not answering? Like, my mama
Or
always.
mama say I love you, and we'll say it, and she may not hear us, and then she be like, I told you I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like, Mom, I just
I said it.
I.
That's happened so many times. I said, Mom. I said, Mom, I said the word.
Man, like I said it, Mom. I love you too. I love you too. Like
I don't want to yell in the house.
right,
I
you
just
know,
don't feel like yelling. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't feel like
That's
yelling.
hilarious, bro.
I'm not always up here.
Yeah, like
I don't want to yell.
That is kind of a horrible thing, though. You say I love you to somebody and they don't say it back. It does feel a little weird. Like it's just like like okay, all right.
That's what I'm saying. We got that expectation, like.
Yeah, like
Or
yeah, right.
if you text somebody
Oh,
and they don't
man.
respond, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh man,
I can speak for myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like when people don't text me.
I don't like really saying it that much. I'm more of an action guy. Like
Right.
I don't really like saying like I love you. It just makes me feel weird. Like I don't like hey bro, I love you. Like I don't. If I say that to you, just know that I really mean it. Because I don't like saying it. So if I'm more of an action dude, like if I show up. You know what I'm saying? If I come somewhere, if I come to help you move or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? That's my I love yous. Like, because my time is like everything to me. So when I'm like giving you me, like, like that's the greatest I love you to me. Like,
Because there's so many people that don't get time of that time for me no more.
Oh my God.
I really started to like cipher like the people who really have my best interest and people who just kind of like, oh yeah, that's a lie. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like those ties are now like severed. Like there's no reason for me to keep, you know what I'm saying, keep trying to hold on to like, it don't matter how many times we play basketball together, it don't matter how many times I've seen you at school, I'm still going to always show Christ. That's number one.
Still gonna be cool.
There's nobody, I don't care what nobody says, there's never been a time where they greeted me and I've ever given a nasty greeting back. Like there's never been a time.
Yeah.
Ever. Like it don't ever. You know what I'm saying? Never.
And it's because at the end of the day we're respectful people.
I'm still gonna always, I'm still, but I've had to cipher out those people, and that's kind of why when it goes back to your point, as far as like the family, like I really like my family is now here on a pedestal.
Yeah.
As along with ministry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As along with God.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to really get these things in order.
Right.
So
set certain things apart from each other so that you can like
so
you have some order.
Yeah, so it's no longer, and I remember mom and dad always saying this, and certain wise people in the world you hear say it when you watch videos, when you graduate high school, whatever the case is, your friends are gonna shrink.
Man.
Like your friends, real
Yeah.
friends who do good deeds for you and are there for you and your family.
They're gonna change.
You know what I'm saying?
Shrink,
Like it's actually something that where like even some of the people that I was like I was this close with.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say I'm not this close with them anymore. I can't say that, but because I'm not really with them. Like I'm small, I was with them every day in high school.
Right.
But then it was slowly like
Just pull apart.
you go your different ways.
Yeah.
And so my thing with that is kind of like people say, people say stuff like, oh well, I like a friend who don't ever take stuff like that personal. We just went our separate ways, but we're still close. But are you though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's always kind of like the little eyebrow raise.
And really, kind of
Are you really that?
And really too, like to some degree, like you can specify the genuineness of friendship when you don't have to talk to them all the time. Like you know what I'm saying? Some people that you're really connected with that you don't have to see them and talk to them.
And that's the thing. Like
we're
probably still cool, we're friends and cool,
right?
But people try to attribute that to us being like super close still, and it's like we're not really. We're friends, 110%, brothers, whatever you call it, but we're not close. Anymore.
Yeah, like you can't be sitting there and getting at me and be like, oh man, this type of event happened in your life, this big event happened in your life. Hey man, why you didn't tell me? Yeah, like, it's interesting to kind of get that indifference between people who you were close with, not so close with anymore, and people you just like, hey, stay away from me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stay far away.
Like I be thinking this sometimes. I was like, man, if I was to get married, I was telling Vonnie this. I was like, we were to get married. I said, man, I have heck of people. I was like, I have heck of people to invite.
Yeah.
They're not sad about it. Like,
maybe not.
I don't know if I'd invite all these people.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact my family is no question. They go everywhere I go. No question about it. But I was like, man, you know, and I'm not gonna name no names, nothing. Name any names, but it's like, man, I know for a fact it's like a certain,
Yeah, like
it's 3 to 5 for sure.
It's like a real specific group.
It's 3 to 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Like off the top of my head, it's 4 right now.
Yeah.
Like, no question.
Yeah. And
But
then
after that, it's
you gotta
like,
think. Then after that, you gotta like really think. Like
after that, it's kind of like, I don't know.
right.
You feel me?
And you know what though?
I don't know.
And you know what? That's how it's supposed to be though.
Yeah,
You know what
like-
I'm saying? Like it's nothing wrong with that because that's how literally like how it's supposed to be. And you always supposed to have some effort and thought and regard and like what's going on and who's going to be around you because that actually matters. The closer that you get to, I would say, the closer that you get to progression and like where you at in life, because now you don't have certain mindsets and views that you had with those people back then, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's we kind of been speaking about that, or we've been being taught that a little bit in the present teachings that we've been getting in the sermons. It's just about like what the church is about, what the church is for, and about having like community and camaraderie. And one of the things about community and camaraderie is like you have to have an agreeing mindset. You have to have an agreement in order to become the right quality and genuine community. You know, camaraderie can't happen if we disagree on everything. You know what I mean? Like,
and I saw a video, Pastor John Cable. I want to shout out John Cable, Pastor Behind the Veil, because he spoke. I watched this video, and he spoke about, you know, he said, stop being around people where you're not equally yoked. And I kind of felt that, you know, with the camaraderie and the chemistry,
yeah,
with that. Like, the yoke, that's where it starts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop being around people where we don't think alike. Like he was saying, like, stop being around people who don't have the same pursuits as you. Like, if you're pursuing God, but then these people are over here, it's just like stop pursuing these types of people because there's gonna always be an indifference.
It's going to drive.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there's gonna always be indifferences as far as
It's going to drive a wedge in between you and them.
you know what I'm
every
saying?
time.
And I feel like that was like so powerful because, like you said, it was kind of really speaking and hitting home with, you know, what we've been getting in the sermons.
And that's crazy. That's how you know it's God, because when you can relatively get the same message from different venues, that's when you know God is really speaking to you. Man. And it happens that way all the time. Like,
and the reason why that pastor's word and Pastor Mose / Unk and then Pastor Cable, those words hit home for me personally is because like I've always been the person that was like, you know, I always have like the benefit of the doubt approach with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So which can hurt me, you know what I'm saying,
right.
in the long run.
Right.
In terms of people using me for my abilities, you know, to get along. You know what I'm saying?
The key quote I'm thinking about right now is personal space.
Yeah.
It's called personal space because the space is personal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are things that you can benefit from being in the vicinity of me, and vice versa, or it should be vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But
a lot of the time it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
You know what I'm
when
saying?
You're unequally yoked.
And
yeah, like,
at this age, and in this part and place in my life, I'm like, man, I'm through with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I sit a lot, you know, in my self-reflection time, and I'm just like, man,
yeah,
you know, like outside of the family and these like this almost this handful
This
of
hand right here.
this handful of individuals. You know what I'm saying?
This hand.
I'm okay with it being like this
Right.
for the next 30 something or however many odd years. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, whenever I call on them or I need them and it's something that they're able to help me with,
They're right there.
they're there. You know what I'm saying?
They're right there.
It's a real friendship, a real brotherhood to like, you know, where we can hold each other accountable. We have real arguments.
Right.
We're not trying to fight each other, but if I disagree with you,
This is real.
but we can have a disagreement.
You have healthy differences.
We have this like shout out. I'm gonna shout out my brother because I know he wouldn't mind me telling the story. One of my brothers, right? We were having this heated debate about basketball, like about our like journey and our careers in basketball.
Yeah.
And he was saying one thing and I was saying another thing, and ultimately we're both like at each other's neck about this. And then ultimately he said something that kind of was like where he held me accountable and said, "Oh well, if you didn't do this, I probably would have been this way." And I kind of had to stop and was like, because that's me self-reflect. Like, you right. I can't even argue you no more. And so at that point, it was like a lot of situations don't happen like that. Sometimes it gets left to an agree to disagree.
Right.
But ultimately, it was like a, no, yeah, you're right.
You're right.
It was,
a
lot of that stuff probably happened because of,
like,
of my lack of,
probably was me.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of my lack of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, that's important, you know, but that's just something I've never been,
That's important.
that's something I've never been shied away from. I've never shied away from being wrong, being a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will list my open failures to you straight.
You never hear that.
I just put them up on Instagram.
Shy away from my mistakes.
Shout out my sweetheart. I just put up a post on Instagram talking about how she was asking me questions about the business and kind of trying to just be in the loop about what I've been working on. And so she gave me she came with an idea. And a lot of the times I don't want to hear it. You know, for my own personal ego and pride issues.
Wow.
Of not, when you don't know something and you have a woman correcting you. So now it's like now your pride and your ego is in the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing that she's smarter than me. You know, I know that already. You know, but that's something, there's not a lot of men like this. You know what I'm saying? Where they're not going to listen. And me, I'm like, nah, when I sat there, I was like, nah, you was right. Like, I can't even, so I had to.
Because that happens more commonly than not.
Exactly. But
Sure.
it's in the way of the man being like, oh, no, I'm not listening, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, in business, you can't be that way.
Absolutely.
You're going to always fail.
You know, at least be open to it.
Especially if you have, and you can't be successful without a team.
Right.
People you take ideas from.
Right. That you trust.
However many people that is.
A team that really, at the ultimate point of it, is just like they want to see you thrive. So it's like, well, you know, they're not going to tell you anything that's going to make you go back the other way. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be around people that's pushing you to be, you know, bigger and better than what you are at that moment, because that causes you to grow. It causes you to be more accountable for what you do and how you make your decisions, you know, and that's really ultimately what love is about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Us making each other better through good and great works, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I want to love on you so hard that it makes you better. You know what I'm saying? Like, but of course with a balance, because certain people have, they have like infatuations and all these things where it's like you kind of want to do something that's overzealously, like you just kind of overzealous about it, like, you know what I mean?
I'm cool on that.
Yeah, but you know,
but when you got somebody like
that's balanced,
sweetheart, where she has a well thought out approach, critical thinker, and plan, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't deny those.
Yeah, you can't lose.
You know what I'm saying? Or you lose every time.
Right.
So,
right.
Thank you, sweetheart. You were right.
Namaste.
This has been another episode
of Honestly Speaking.
Man. Happy Valentine's Day to all out there. Those who are in a relationship, those who are single. If you're single, do not look at it as a negative. Spend quality time with yourself.
Yeah, love yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Take yourself out on a date.
do something that you wouldn't normally do.
with yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Or go out with a bunch of other selves and y'all just,
By themselves.
right. Right.
This has been another episode. Episode
That was a
14.
bar.
That was a bar. 8 of them. Episode 14.
Yeah.
You know. So we'll tune in. And we'll see you guys next time. We'll probably have a special guest next month. We had Lovely Sweetheart last week.
And happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month,
We
man.
didn't say that about Black History Month.
Go ahead and continue to interact with us.
Maybe we might have a Black History fact or something.
We might come through here with some dashikis. You feel me? And get active.
But this has been Honestly Speaking. This is another episode of Honestly Speaking.
Honestly Speaking, man. Follow us on the gram at Honestly Speaking Pod _ like, comment,
Follow us,
share,
on social
subscribe.
media. Comment, put it in the comments. We want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want you to join in on this beautiful occasion. This
Let's get it.
beautiful day.
Honestly Speaking, man. And we out here.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to follow us on Instagram, that's Honestly Speaking Pod _ on Instagram. And if you can catch us on YouTube, you want to go to Impact at the Living Way on YouTube, man. You can catch us there Friday, 12 p.m. Me and my brother, M&E. We here. We out, baby. Get it.